Here at the Happy Home for the Unusual, we're speaking with the legendary Jonathan Winters. And of course, 2018, that's the year right now, and recalling some magic memories about the great days of fishing with Jonathan. You have a lot of wonderful memories.
Well, I do. You know, I know to coin an old phrase, it seems like only yesterday that we went fishing. And of course, that's not true. It was over...
Well, 20 years ago. 20 years ago.
Yes, well, that was yesterday to me. We were down in Missouri. In Missouri, as they say now, when you get that far south of St. Louis with Missouri. We're down in the Ozarks. Beautiful, beautiful area down there.
This is definitely the Ozarks. I wouldn't have missed this for the world. I don't care whether I catch any fish or not. It doesn't make any difference. What beauty. I gotta pull in here and... yeah, do that, but I gotta get some gas. I just can't go any further.
Listen, Lamar, you just stay with it now. I happen to look over here at this wagon, wherever it is, Rover. Looks to me like it might be a guy from Fruit City. You know, one of them recording people or show folk, you know, Land of Paradise, Land of Pretend. Just keep playing it. I'll see what it wants. Howdy, morning to you. Yeah, it's okay. Hear my boy playing? Don't he play well? He's had a lot of bad falls, but he plays real good.
Hi, listen, you want to fill it up with Supreme and, yeah, go, I'm sorry. I don't know whether it's, let's see. Is it Supreme or is it low lead? I tell you what, give me a little of low lead and a little of Supreme. I know that sounds crazy, but I've been driving for 700 miles, so forgive me.
I understand you wanted some low lead and some Supreme. That's unusual. Of course, you're being from Fruit City and all. I guess they're unusual there, too.
What's the story on the bathroom? The men's is permanently closed? I guess we're far enough out in the country I could go in the women's. I mean, if you just stand out there and I can't go in there. That's okay. Listen. Well, whatever you think. How far is it to an area where I could relieve myself? All the design has been taken off the wheel. Had fur on when I left. It's all gone now. On the wheel, that is.
Good luck to you. Nice looking man. Get those clothes in on the West Coast? They sure like to dress up there, don't they? It's Halloween all year round. You know who I am? Of course you don't. Used to have a tag on. Yeah. Hackstead is my name. Used to be. Changed it just to Hack.
Listen, how's the fishing around here? I was going to ask you. I'm looking for Lake Mosslighter.
Oh, here, let's see here. Lake Mosslighter. Don't see it here. That's funny. Let me ask, Ernie? Ernie, he's working on the rack. Got a little oil in his face. Get the oil out of your face, out of your ears, Ernie. Ernie? Man wants to know where Lake Moore Slide is. It's no more. Oh, it's no more. See, I've been down here 25 years. Came down from Bitterfoot Pool, Maine. Don't mean nothing to you. Lovely territory down here, good people. Lots of fishing, used to be. Better hunting. Bring any guns with you? Yeah, just go along the highway and if you see something cross, shoot it. I mean, I don't mean that, I was kidding. Well, here at any rate, they gave you this brochure in California, did they? Well, they screwed you, Jack. Yes, sir, it ain't even here anymore, 1926. Here, take it back, it's yours. They stiffed you.
What a bummer. I tell you, I've been driving over 600 miles, man, and I am hurting. I mean, you know, mentally and physically. Do you have a candy machine? I know it sounds silly, but I'm living off Clark bars. Look at my teeth.
Looks like you're kind of hungry, at least facially. Maud's is on down the road here, no more than about 26 miles. Ernie, isn't it about 26? What does he know? His face is full of oil and grease. Just go on down this way and turn right, then turn left, then right again. Just continue on down about 26 miles. There's a great diner on the right-hand side, Maud's. She's a big woman, puts out good pies, and afraid there's no fish. Thanks for stopping by. Well, Ernie, we did pretty good, considering all. Filled him up twice. Wait till he tastes that food down there. That'll set him free. Got a fur ball.
By this time, we were very hungry. I was by myself. I say we because somebody said that on a sports show. We're right here, you know.
Yes.
I don't know why they do that, you know.
Collective we.
At any rate, I was by myself, and I said, where could I get some decent eats, you know? Well, he said, you go on down here to Maud's place. She's got a diner down there, or a restaurant. Turned out to be a restaurant. He lied. It wasn't a diner. It was a restaurant.
Well, certainly, and the rest would be history. By the way, you seem to be quite happy here at the Happy Home for the Unusual.
Yes, I am. I'm very proud to tell you a couple of things. Over 18 months it took me to make this macrame
Very attractive.
robe for my legs
Well, now,
and knees.
You seem to have spelled out little naughty words throughout there.
Oh, those are soup stains.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry.
Now, I made these. The kids, my grandchildren, brought me the bunny slippers, you see.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Aren't they, though?
As you recall, I know it's a little difficult to go back 20 years here, but tell us a little bit about the first time that you met. What, Maud? Was that her name, Maud Frickert?
Yeah, I believe it was.
Yeah.
I believe it was. A big woman.
Boy, you know something? I've seen you someplace before. I'm trying to think where it was. Was it up there at the gas station sitting outside the door there? Play a little bit. Yes, sir, I think you're on your way to Hollywood. I mean that too. Yes, sir. Okay. Howdy, ma'am. Oh, yeah, you must be Maud. Well, I'd introduce myself, but I'm Mr. Nobody. The guy up the road a piece where I got my car just filled up with gas, he said that your diner here was just out of sight and the cooking was great. I mean, hamburgers and cheeseburgers and hot dogs, but what about that fish, huh?
Would I have any fish?
You do have fish, don't you?
I can tell you're a tourist. I've never seen any outfit like that in this town. No offense. But I gotta be honest with you. Normally, this time of the year, there's all kinds of people here. You're the first tourist, real tourist, I've seen in quite a while. And you're after fish. I don't serve fish here because it stinks up the place. Do you understand? I hate the smell of fish. I've seen my own cat turn away. I'm not kidding.
You don't have fish? I can't believe that.
I mean, this whole area. This was the big part of the brochure. They told me that this place was the fish. The smallmouth bass were just out of sight, weighing in the neighborhood. I had the brochure. It's on me, something probably in the car. 3.5 pounds, maybe up to 4.
Let me show you something. You see all these lures here? There's frog lures and there's little fuzzy lures. There's one with a skirt on it. Here's a mini over here. Here's a red worm, and here's even a mouse. Forget all them lures. I'm going to level with you, okay? You follow me so far? Forget the lures, every one of them, and there's about 160 of them there. I counted them one day when I was sober. Use the net. Take this one. I'll sell it to you for $400. It's worth it. Think of the fish that you'll get. If you like fish so much, you'll get them all. When I was a little girl, I used to, my brother would just let me hover. He'd put me on kind of a rake, and I'd dangle over the falls and watch the fish mate. My brother was something else.
Give me a cheeseburger to go. I felt she was coming on to me.
Oh,
and
yes.
I panicked. And so I drove north after that. She'd been married, I don't know, 8 or 10 times, and outside of Hollywood, I didn't think people in Van Buren did that, but I guess...
Well, you being the gentleman that you are,
Yeah.
you decided to go north instead.
I left her some costume jewelry, a picture of Lincoln in a swimsuit.
What about the bait? You were in your quest for bait now.
I love to fish, and what you got to do any place you go is find out what they're hitting on. And so I went into one place, into the regular old store there, a trading post, what it said on the side of the building. And I went in, I was after night crawlers and then catalpa worms. Of course, they didn't have none of them there, but you never know. Catalpa worms get around, too. They're like locusts. But bugs are always good, and worms, you can't... The worms were stiff, believe it or not. They was real stiff. So stiff that I took about 3 of them because I was kind of hungry, and they were flat by the time I'd bought them.
Yes.
I thought it was beef jerky. Well, they were just regular night crawlers that were hardened.
I see.
So the minute you bite into a worm, you know it. I've seen the expression on a robin many times go.
I can understand, yes. Well, you didn't do that. You didn't bite into
I didn't
one.
do that. I don't listen to the ground.
No. All right, well, so you did finally get to a bait store, a lure
Yes,
store.
I did.
Gee, like to give me a stroke. What's the matter with you? Man, I was in heavy meditation, meditation with both. Come up here, and that was my bad foot anyway. There's a double header infection in the toe. You understand? Ingrown this way and ingrown that way. You wouldn't have a piece of wood on you, would you? Or otherwise, this looks kind of silly, don't it? I mean, to be whittling my finger and all. With a bad toe and then to be whittling this finger. I might as well join up with the Ringling Brother. Yeah. I suppose you're thinking about going fishing because your rods are sticking out double far. You better be careful. It ain't none of my business now and go picking on me. I'm a biblical student, as old as I am. Do you realize how old I am? Do you have any idea? I'll give you an idea. It's right here on my wrist. 97-year-old today. Today could be any time, couldn't it? That's the way my dad put it on me. He was a tattoo person. He was in the Navy for 12 years. That's all he did was tattoos while he was being bombed. At any rate, I expect you want to go in there and get some bait. They'll open up here. Let me hold on. Yeah, about 10 minutes they'll open. You might be, I'll tell you, just between you and me, what they might be hitting on is always minis. You can count on that. According to what you're going for, of course. But you can't go wrong with the worms, too. Worms is good, and then she's got some natural little baits that she sent away to Milwaukee for. They've got little spinners on them. The eyes are protruding and everything. And I guess a good guy's fish should take those. Go on in there. Yeah, I'm gonna drop off now. I'm going into medication. That's one thing about being a biblical student. You can drop off anytime you want to. Get it? You're a big fella. Boy, I bet you've had your grits early, haven't you? See the cat? Watch the cat's face. He hates me. Good luck fishing.
Yeah, okay, all right. Lamar, I want you to stop for a minute and listen to me. I also want you to stay away from that music that supposedly you created. You never created it. You just listen to radio. I see your little ear. That's why the one ear is enlarged over the other, because you've gotten too close to the radio and it's shriveled that ear, and it's caused your music to get crappy. Now, I want you to play what your mother loved, that thing about where the mountain fell on the frog or where it was. You know what I'm talking about. Go ahead and play it. She loved that. She loved that. Oh, gosh. Thank you, Lamar. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I was listening to my boy here. I hear him all day long, but he never plays nothing real special. He did then, though. He played something he played a song that he played for his mother. We lost her a little while back. She run across the road here, and a semi hit her, dragged her through two townships. And when they found her, they seen on her front of her resumed speed. Why? What can I do for you? You want to what?
How's the fishing? And incidentally, what are they hitting on?
Well, let's see. They was hitting real good here about 4 or 5 months back. But right now, you're in a season where we've had some bad wind come in. I'm talking about, regular wind. Hear that? That was wind. It was wind out of a chivy. Any rate, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna just fill out that fishing license. That's $123 right now. Game warden's funny about, they want some added money. This don't all go to the state. Some of it goes to him, I'll tell you that up front. And if you don't do it right, and if you don't fill it out right, and you don't give him the money, and I don't get the money right, he'll kill you. Now, okay, I was kidding. We don't have no guns here, but we have cigarettes. You can smoke yourself to death while you're on the water. I don't have no heavy liquors or anything like that. Listen here, I've got something here. These, take a look at these. I'm not one for violence, but there's a good one. If you was to stick him with that, or her. Today, they're sticking women too. These are childlike. These are for your nails. At any rate, don't worry about it. You give me money for that. Now, I'm gonna tell you what they're hitting on. These I've only got, here, this is the one. This is the creeping crawler and the reddish fur-like tail. These things are $115.
You gotta be kidding, man. For a bait?
We're only allowed 2 of these a year, okay? I don't know where they come from. I deal through a guy secretly at night. But I want to tell you something. You throw that in the water, and that son of a gun boy will take a hold of that, and your eyes will come out as big as billiard balls. I love to fish. You're not from around here, are you?
No, I'm not from around here, but I want to tell you something. We came down, those little funny knives that you're trying to push for the kids, they're a joke. We brought some heavy firepower. Now, if we don't get the fish, Jack, I want to tell you something. We've got about 56 sticks of dynamite. Do you read me? We throw those in the water, and everybody eats right away.
I gotta go.
I'll tell you the honest truth. They must have sold me over $600 worth of stuff.
Really?
And I'll be darned if any of the things I use them fish hit on.
Oh,
it's sad.
Well, that's the way of a lot of fishermen,
Hey. Easy come, easy go.
Right, well then
I
you...
hate that cliche, don't you?
Yeah, we hate all cliches.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Just as right as rain, we hate cliches.
There you
don't
go,
we? Yes.
right as rain.
Right.
It's clouding up a little bit now.
Well, now...
A lot of times here at the home, they let us just sit out. My chair last year was rusted.
Really?
I was out for 16 days straight. Yeah, the aluminum rusted.
Oh.
I blame Miss Laura for it.
Well, I understand that. Now, Nurse Laura seems to be taking very good care of you.
Boy, she's a nice-looking lady.
Yes.
She's good. She's a medical person. She don't have no real medical background, you understand. Don't make any difference.
Yes, no, it doesn't
She
matter.
wears a nice uniform. She got a tight body. You can crack walnuts on her. And she's good. I'm just trying to move a little bit. My spine.
I
No,
see.
it's nothing lewd or anything like that.
In that beautiful area of the Ozarks... Oh, you go ahead, Laura. I'm sorry. You go ahead.
Are you comfortable, Mr. Winters?
Yes. Could you pull it up just a little higher, Laura?
How's that?
Oh, perfect.
Good.
She pulls macrame very well.
She seems to. That Nurse Laura takes very good care of you, Mr. Winters. You've always been a patron of the arts, and always have supported the arts, poetry, painting. You've been a tremendous artist yourself over the years. I couldn't help but notice as I came into the home here today that you still had the original that you had purchased some years ago, the crayon on flypaper drawing by Ernie Bushmiller of Nancy and Sluggo. Have you still your big art collection? Do you bring that with you?
Well, I'd like to mention a few. You mentioned just one.
Yes.
One of my favorites is Lamar Steckler.
Well, now, you, on your big fishing trip 20 years ago, met an artist of some sort, didn't you, when you were after you'd gotten your lure and your baits and so on?
Yes, I met a man right there on the water itself. I mean, on the bank.
Yes.
And he was set up there with a tripod. His name, as I recall, was Fitzpuffin, something like that.
Excuse me. That guy down there playing the banjo. I swear I've seen him in a couple of places. I saw him in a diner in town, and I saw him in a gas station where I got a car filled up. What's a character like you doing along the river with some kind of setup for an easel? Who are you?
Very honestly, I don't know who you are. Allow me to introduce myself, all right? Leslie Miles Fitzpuffin, Royal Academy, London.
Hey, come on. You're sketching a banjo. Hey, kid. He's gone. Funny. He was here a little while ago. That's kind of spooky in itself, you know. Have you followed his career at all? Have you seen him before? The guy with the banjo.
I have no knowledge of any banjo player.
Weird. I mean weird. But he plays well. Wish I could say the same for your drawing. Whew. Pathetic.
You understand something? I get over £50,000 for my oils in London. Here it's a little different. Probably 1895. Isn't the river lovely? I care nothing of fishing. I'm visiting the Ozarks, doing sketches about the fish. Haven't seen any fish, have you? What a pity. In my brochure, I don't know about yours, they showed me page after page after page of large fish.
Hey, come on. What are you doing? The outfit alone is kind of funky. And the stocking cap? I mean, come on.
You know, you made fun of, incidentally, my attire. I don't mind that. But when you make fun of my art, you're not talking to some fop, some man at a festival, a medieval fair of some kind or another. You're talking to a man who's a Royal Academician, who is a man of... The pencil guides me to the paper. Thank God. Look how quiet the river is. Look, look. Look at the leaves. This is the right time of year to sketch, not to fish. I don't know what your brochure said. They showed me the trees and the river, and they showed me lots of fish. Only the trees and river here. Causing a scene. You can leave me now. Hate for people to stare at me. Unless, of course, you want to buy this. What? You fop.
He didn't care for that too much. I guess they don't like to be mocked. But at any rate, he sent me several of his watercolors, and they're lovely. They're well done for a man with his problems.
Indeed. You've always been so wonderful to the Indian people of America and all around the world, Jonathan. I understand that you found an Indian guide en route to this wonderful fishing trip 20 years ago.
Yes, I came across a comparatively young, middle-aged Indian. Middle-aged.
Yes.
Young to me. He spoke one time of smoke signals, and he had the blanket. He said he was just a young boy. It was years ago when he and his grandfather and great-grandfather, it was a miracle. He was just a child. He was about 3 or 4 years old. And he said my grandfather had placed a blanket,
Right.
multicolored blanket, over a fire.
I see.
Oh,
And then
yes.
he would shake the blanket.
And then he would shake the blanket, and you see, those were supposedly signals.
I see. And what did...
Well, then he would say, in his native tongue, Watake Sanokche onoko e nahapa ahape no tanaha.
And what did that mean?
My blanket's on fire.
I see.
And that was his humor. And,
He did have a sense of humor, didn't he?
God, he did. And I was forced to laugh.
That can't be. It's that banjo player again. I don't believe it. He's everywhere. Get him some fishing gear. He's got to put that banjo down. I don't believe it. Excuse me, you are a fishing guide, aren't you? I mean,
Fishing guide, yes. Jack. What they say, barking dog. Married many moons, 12 sons and 5 birch. See, woman put collar on me.
your wife makes you wear that collar? No wonder you're out here in the Tules. I mean, this is going to sound kind of trite. Are you a real Indian? Because a lot of people around here have been putting me on. You know, it's Halloween and everything. And are you a real Indian?
Watch this. You bet your life I'm a real Indian, huh? Nail you to old canoe.
Whew, that knife, please, please. Ooh, ooh. That's more than a pig sticker. That's a sequoia sticker.
No, of course I'm a real Indian. Yes, I am Shawnee. Twice removed. 16th. If I have nosebleed, I'm out of tribe.
Yeah, okay. Whatever you say. Aren't the dogs, they are dogs or whatever they are, aren't they awfully thin?
Dog dead. Been there on log too many moons.
Oh, their skins. I should have known. I'd never seen any dogs that flat.
You want to fish on river? You give me money up front. Huh? Last time white man come through here, your size, many melons stacked high. He come with all kinds fishing rod. He smile like dancing moon. He stiff me. I learned that. Not only lose money, but word from white man stiff. Tired of being stiffed. So if we go together, I guide you on river. I use this, you use rod. Good? Okay.
Hey, you got my word, man. I have never stiffed an Indian. I've stiffed a few white people, preferably Germans. But, all kidding aside, I would never stiff an Indian. And I'm going to give you your money up front. There are fish in that river, aren't there? So far, I don't mean to be out of line, but so far the brochure, they really stiffed me. I really got it up the no in California.
What time you want to fish?
I don't know, it's kind of quiet now in the river. A little breeze maybe going through the trees and all that, but hey, what do you say maybe around 4 o'clock?
4 o'clock.
Why are you looking that way?
Wish I had watch. Tell by sun. Right now, sun say 12:32:30.
Whew, just think if you'd had a Seco. Wow. Here we are, Sunday on the river, and you're able to tell time like that. Let me say this in all seriousness. Whether I catch any fish, if the canoe goes down, if the dogs never get up off the log, the fact that you can tell time, that exact time, wasn't it kind of worth it to lose the country to be able to look into the sun, almost be blinded and say it's 4:32:30? Beautiful.
He sold me a bow and arrow, which I could barely make out. It said Sears. I think he kind of pulled one on me there, but that's all right.
Did he have a
Look
hurt?
what we've done to the Indian.
Well, of course, yes.